Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk about relationships. And it seems to be the question that's been coming up a lot in the last 24 hours, so I thought I would take a few minutes to speak on it. And the last little hint that came up that I was supposed to speak on this one topic was it's about signs of a toxic person. You know, that person that we draw to us that we just feel is toxic and they just leave a bad taste in our mouth. And maybe we've had a relationship with them that was pretty rocky. And it could have been a marriage too, or maybe even just a friendship. But it's a list of the 8 signs of a toxic person. So I wanted to go over those because I feel that anyone who is opposed to who you are is probably there to teach you a great deal about yourself and to strengthen your core and to know your true beauty and exceptional beauty of your soul that we all truly have. Because I don't think we actually know our true beauty until someone like this comes along to teach us. So the first one is, it says that the toxic person spreads negativity. And sometimes we're not aware of it, but sometimes we, in a sense, do it too. And we sometimes will gossip without knowing it. We speak about other people, including the person that we think is negative, when in a sense we should be speaking only of the highest, meaning we should never speak anything more than the highest of anyone. Because when we speak of the lowest, we are gossiping, and that is what is deemed idle gossip. And we're actually, in a sense, our reflection, we are reflecting our own poor speaking habits of not only another but ourselves. Because what we do speak is about ourselves. The reflection is always right in front of us. Number 2, they criticize you and others. I welcome anyone who would choose to criticize me, because they can teach you things that maybe you didn't see, that maybe you need to look a little deeper into yourself. Maybe you need to be kinder, or maybe, for me, it was to teach me my truth of what I know to be true, that I do not waver on what I know to be true in my soul. And from having someone that did criticize, that is what it taught me. I know my truth. I know what channels through me, or the media message that's come through me. That's why they're so aligned or in perfection, is because I do not doubt what is coming through me. And that's what that teacher taught me without, just from being in that kind of relationship. They are jealous. If you have brought somebody into your life that is jealous, more than likely you're insecure about relationships in yourself. Maybe you've had a few failed ones and you're a little bit insecure. Maybe you don't think you're beautiful enough, or maybe you're just not secure enough in your own being. Maybe you need to learn more about your true beauty, or at least stand in it. They keep disappointing you. Usually, number 1, if somebody keeps disappointing you, it's because you keep having expectations. Because if you have no expectations on anyone, there's no way they can disappoint you. And I know that's a hard one, but it is that, giving freely. If we give $100 to someone because they say they need to go buy groceries, and they don't go buy groceries, they go and buy, maybe a night out at the bar, that is not for us to be disappointed in. We shouldn't have an expectation. We should just know that we've given that money freely of love. And so that way, if we know we've given freely and have no expectation, there can be no disappointment. That's a hard one, I know. It took me a while. All right, the next one is, everything is always dramatic. I find that the person who has a lot of drama about them is to teach you to be extremely calm. Sometimes we can sometimes get a little maybe wound up, or talk too fast, or maybe we get too nervous about situations, or maybe things get us scared. But I'm telling you, a person who is very dramatic will teach you to become the most grounded, centered person you will ever know. And they play the victim. I can tell you that there can be no victim, and I know this is hard, without a bully. And the other way someone will become a victim is maybe not having a bully who forces instead of allowing. It could also be that maybe we're creating the victim to show ourselves. So what does that mean? That means that sometimes we'll keep giving to a person, giving them probably things we don't have to give them, go in debt to give to them because we think that they can't do it for themselves, right? So in a sense, we're not only enabling, we're actually weakening that person to a state of becoming a victim, so that we can say, you owe me, or, that kind of thing, or make them feel guilty because they'll never be able to pay you back. Because you, of course, if they can never pay you back, it's because you've actually put them down so far that they don't have any belief left in themselves. They are self-centered. I find that the person is self-centered that I've had to deal with was to teach me to have more value in myself, to give to myself, to respect myself more, to believe in my worth more, to give generously to myself, to, just like the airplane, when you go on an airplane, what do they teach you? When you're, with that breathing mask, they teach you to breathe through the mask first, then give the breathing, the oxygen mask to your neighbor if they need it, or your daughter or son, or whoever's sitting next to you, because you have to be breathing first before you can help someone else breathe. The last one is they aren't interested in changing. When we get into a relationship, the person that we're with may never change, and we might be continuously changing. In that moment, when we have to really decide if we can accept them as they are, even if we're still going to change, because we cannot change anyone else as much as we would like to, because I know we'd like for people to grow with us. People can only change at the rate that they need to change. And maybe they will never change. And maybe it is just to teach you, like I said, to just accept all as they are, because maybe that's what they came here to be, is just who they are and no more. So that is all I have for today. I love you all. Have an awesome night. Thank you for listening.